morning or afternoon or evening, whatever. I hope that at whatever time you're watching this video, you're taking some time to relax. I simply cannot believe that it's the end of the year. I'm filming this right before Halloween and it's just so crazy how time has gone by so fast. And we say that every single year and somehow it still goes by so fast. I want to do an end of year reset routine. I feel like this is gonna be a good way to refresh before the holidays. The holidays are always pretty crazy. You know, you're traveling a lot, you're eating a lot of good food. So yeah, you're probably gonna be off your normal routine, but it's okay. This is what the holidays are meant for. Spend some time with your friends and family, eat some dessert, eat some sugar, who cares? But in order to mentally and physically prepare for that, we're gonna have a little reset routine. I just wanna make sure I'm feeling healthy, physically, mentally, and set myself up for success. The main thing that I really need to get done today is to clean my apartment. I don't want to. I really try to make an effort to make sure that things aren't messy, but things just get messy as you live your life. And it's just so annoying because it feels like nothing is ever really clean. I'm just constantly tidying up the place and that's life, I guess. Obviously gonna go to the gym later. I didn't go to the gym all week last week, which is fine because I was working a lot, but I need to get back on my gym grind. I actually did arms yesterday and I'm feeling super sore. So maybe today I'll do some cardio. But anyway, let's shut up and just get to the video, girl. I need an incentive to clean, so I'm gonna make a matcha. I actually did make a single shot espresso this morning and let me tell you guys, like TMI, it sent me straight to the bathroom. Yeah, sent me straight to the bathroom. So we're gonna make a matcha. I feel like when I have a single shot of espresso, it's not a lot of caffeine, so I'm allowing myself to have my matcha. I made my matcha a little bit stronger today and it made such a big difference. I guess I have to start cleaning now, unfortunately, but this is your sign to clean because you're gonna feel so much better afterwards. I feel like I'm still learning how to have a really nice, clean apartment. I love scrolling through cleantok. It's like therapeutic for me, but it's also very nice to see other people develop like messy apartments and messy rooms. It makes me feel so much better. I like to see the before and after to know that I'm not a filthy animal. I feel like this cardigan is serving like mom energy, but I do feel cozy and I'm kind of cold, which is nice because I want to get in that fall vibe. I'm honestly really tired right now. I did wake up at like 6:30. I had an audition this morning, which went well. It was on Zoom, so you know, obviously that makes my life easier, but I wanted to make sure that I woke up and had my morning routine and got like back into my body before my audition. And once it was over, I felt so relieved. But I want to take a little break, and instead of like taking a nap, which could be a good idea, I just know I have a lot of other work I want to do today, so I want to make sure I get that done. But I'm going to take a stretch break, and something I do want to bring into the new year is getting into the habit of moving my body more often. I grew up dancing, but I really haven't been dancing this year, and that's okay with me because I'm focusing really hard on my acting and my YouTube career. But because of that, I haven't been doing as much physical activity as I would like. I got a gym membership though, and I've been pretty consistent with the gym, but I want to make sure that even if I'm not going to the gym, I'm doing something if I'm sitting at home, whether it's a 30-minute walk or maybe I split up like 3 walks in between my day. It's really, really important to get our blood flowing and get our bodies moving. So I'm gonna do a 10-minute stretch and then we'll get back to cleaning. So after my stretch break, I made myself a little bit of lunch. I had these tofu lettuce cups. I've never made this before, but it was so delicious. And then I went and did some laundry. This is a chore that I have to do like 2 to 3 times a week. Kind of bothers me, but it's so nice to have fresh, clean clothes. And then in the evening, I did a little bit of walking on incline on the treadmill. I did some jogging, all of that stuff. And these are what my stats looked like at the end of my workout. Guys, I don't know how I feel about my glasses today. I like want to wear them more in my vlogs, but at the same time, they're so distracting for me. Anyway, it is 9:20 in the morning. I made myself a pumpkin iced shaken espresso. I brewed 2 shots of espresso into this cup, and then I put a little bit of cinnamon powder, and then I shook it up with ice and added soy milk and pumpkin spice creamer. This past week and a half, I've been pretty good at waking up early, mostly because I have to, because I have things to do. And today I kind of slept in a little bit more. I mean, you guys saw I woke up at like 7:45, but I didn't get out of bed until like 8:30. Later, I do want to talk about a few different habits I want to include for my lock-in routine. Getting up early is definitely one of them, but I'm glad I stayed in bed a little bit longer today. One of my morning non-negotiables is to make my to-do list, and I like to make it in any cute notebook that I have. This is my Melody one that I got from Miniso. I also have this super cute Sanrio one that I got from CVS actually. Not a surprise, everything that I own is like Hello Kitty, etc, etc. This is what my to-do list look like. I just put like a little heart and then I check it off as I go out through my day. And this notebook has like a lot of different designs. This one's like a daily schedule. I'm gonna make my to-do list. It's gonna be kind of short for today, thank God. And then we'll continue doing our morning routine. So obviously when it comes into our winter arc, our lock-in routine, we want to set a few goals in mind for the last 2 months of the year. I have a few things that I want to take into account as the year comes to an end. And I want to be semi-strict with myself, but not too strict, because if you're too strict, then you're gonna have all of these goals that are not really achievable, and then you're gonna feel bad that you didn't achieve them. And the point of this winter arc is to motivate ourselves to be better and actually achieve the things that we want to achieve. So I'm making this semi-easy for myself, because if I see that I'm actually achieving my goals and I'm like motivating myself to do even better, it's gonna create actual habits. You know what I mean? If you do something super unsustainable, then you're gonna feel like shit, and it's not gonna become a lifestyle. And you want good habits to become a lifestyle, not like a trend or a challenge. So my first goal for this end of the year is to eat more whole foods. And I'm really emphasizing on trying to eat more whole foods and not trying to cut out certain foods. Not to get super personal and like dramatic, but I've dealt a lot with eating disorders in the past, and I want to be very careful with the language I have around food. I want to make sure I'm not trying to suppress myself and just make sure I maintain like a healthy relationship with food, because food is fuel, food is energy, food is something that we spend time around to gather with our friends and family, especially for the holiday season. So you should not feel guilty about eating, because food is a treasure and we are so blessed to be able to have it. So just keep that in mind when it comes to all this dieting and healthy lifestyle kind of thing. But next week I'm actually going to do 7 days without any added sugar. I'm still going to have fruit and honey, but it's going to be a challenge for me because I have a major sweet tooth. But I'm gonna be baking like sugar-free treats and like using honey and maple syrup to sweeten it and fruit. I want to see how my body feels. I want to see if it makes a difference in any of my fitness goals. I also want to know if it's gonna make me feel a little bit more clear-minded and more able to focus. So let me give you some meal ideas that I have prepped. So this one is obviously super basic, but chicken and rice, whatever. If you make a well-seasoned chicken and you dice it and you put it in the fridge and you can have that for like 3, maybe 4 days, mix that thing with some brown rice, some soy sauce, some edamame, broccoli, sauce it up. You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna make it good. Yesterday for myself, I made a lentil and tofu stew. It had butternut squash, bell peppers, lentils, tofu, etc. And tomorrow I'm gonna be making a Korean stew, which is something I recently learned how to make. I'm sure I don't make it perfect, but I just cook shaved beef in a pot, a little bit of garlic, some salt, and then I add beef broth and I let it simmer with mushrooms and tofu, a little bit of Korean chili paste, and then you're good to go. And it's super filling. morning. So that's like a very nourishing meal that I really like. I'm also very bad with like snacks and lunch, especially when I'm working from home. So I'm gonna be experimenting this week. Rice cakes with tuna salad or egg salad. That kind of sounds like a nightmare, to be honest, but I do enjoy weird foods like that. I also got like canned wild salmon to make instead of tuna because I know tuna has a lot of mercury. So we're trying to avoid that, but I did buy lettuce cups. I feel like that adds such a nice crunch and freshness to the meal. My next habit is to go to the gym at least twice a week. When we got our gym membership a few months ago, I was very consistent and we would go like 4 times a week. Last week was very busy with work, so I want to pick up the pace again. When I'm at the gym, I either want to make sure I run or do a cardio machine, or of course lift weights because I don't have weights at my house. I think twice a week is a good standard, like minimum for myself to meet, especially if I'm going to be working. But I know I can achieve 3 to 4 times a week. I just don't want to put that pressure on myself and make myself feel bad. I also want to take 2 walks per week for at least 30 minutes. I really need to start getting into the habit of taking breaks throughout my day and going for a walk, whether it's 10 minutes, 5, 15 minutes. I just want to make sure I get outside and get my blood flowing because I sit at my desk a lot editing YouTube videos, or I sit on a chair or stand in front of the camera and do auditions. So just making sure I get out of the house and get my body moving is very important. I also want to wake up before 8 a.m. at least twice a week. I've been getting much better at waking up early. It's slowly becoming easier for me, which kind of scares me because I'm like, am I getting old? This is good. I really like the feeling of waking up early, and now that daylight savings time is coming, it's gonna be so sad that things are gonna be dark by 5 p.m. But at the same time, I love a cozy autumn/winter vibe, so I can't be too mad about it. And I think it does give me more incentive to wake up early. I think the sun will start rising now at like 6. It's hard for me to wake up with the sunrise, but maybe 6:30 could be a nice goal. My body naturally sleeps till like 9:30, which is late for a lot of people, but I feel like 7:30 is a perfect time for me now. Obviously, waking up early isn't gonna be for everybody because it also depends on your work schedule. If I have to be on set till like midnight, obviously I'm not gonna wake up at 7:30 because at the end of the day, if you're not well rested, you are gonna get sick, you're gonna feel tired, and the point of waking up early is to be productive and spend a lot of time with yourself, and you just can't get your productivity done if you're feeling exhausted. So doing this twice a week I think is sustainable, and obviously if I can do more, I will do more. And my last goal is to clean my apartment every morning. And I don't necessarily mean a deep clean, but I do mean like wiping down the counters, putting things in their place, making sure it doesn't look messy. Last night I really made an effort to spend extra time doing the dishes even though I didn't want to, wiping down the counters and making sure it looked like I didn't just cook. And this morning it felt great to walk into the kitchen and it was so clean. So I just want to make sure that my space is looking decent so that I feel prepped for the day and I feel like I'm in a clean space. So those are my 4 winter art goals. Feel free to comment what one of your goals are. Let's make the comment section like a motivational community tab. I just got out of the shower and I am so tired. I've had a long, busy day, but it's been a fun and happy day, so I really can't complain. In my shower, I used this new body wash by Dove, Cinnamon Pumpkin Pie scent. I wanted a fall scent for the rest of the month. I'm actually surprised at how big this bottle is, 20 ounces. I don't know if I can get through this in 1 month. I don't know what scent I want to get for like December and Christmas stuff. I usually just go with like a strong vanilla scent. It's probably what I'm gonna do. But I desperately need a sheet mask, so I gotta yank back my headband and I have a 5 head now. Rock and roll. This is a brightening and pore control niacinamide solution sheet mask. I actually do want to buy niacinamide serum to use on my skin. I've been telling you guys for a while that I don't know what extra skincare step to add. All I do right now is face wash, moisturize, and the occasional sheet mask, but I want to add something extra, and I think I'm gonna do niacinamide. So if you guys have recommendations for brands, let me know. I've been looking at The Ordinary. I used to use like the Watermelon Glow niacinamide, and I think it was doing me good. I couldn't tell a huge difference. The vibes in my bedroom are kind of eating right now. I don't know, I got Hello Kitty, I got my red LEDs, like, it's good vibes. I know I've ranted today and I've ranted in other videos about the importance of waking up early. That being said, it's almost 11 p.m. Am I tired? Of course. Does it feel good to be up late? also, of course, as a creative person, I do feel like a lot of my creativity and relaxation comes at night. I feel like once the workload of the day is over, I can really relax. And I know people also share this argument for being up early at like 5 a.m. because it's like, well, the rest of the world isn't up. But for me, the beginning of the day and the morning equates to like productivity and work, and I can't really always be creative when I have like this impending doom. Do you know what I mean? If I know I have something to do, I get quite anxious about it and I'm just thinking about it and prepping for it. Whereas at nighttime, when I've already accomplished a huge to-do list, I feel much more inclined to have some playtime, you know? Anyway, I am gonna make sure I chug my water. That's another one of my goals for this winter arc, is to drink more water. Something else you guys know that I do is journal. I like to journal in the mornings, and for some reason I have this like weird unspoken rule in my own mind that I should only journal once a day, and if I journal in the morning then I won't journal at night. But let's say we break that rule, shall we? I'm gonna start a fresh page. I want to do maybe some nighttime gratitude. I usually do affirmations, gratitude, and a brain dump. Let's think of 3 things we're grateful for, and you guys can share yours in the comments. I think we need to get rid of the pressure when it comes to journaling and just remember that nobody's gonna read this except for us. You don't have to impress anybody. You don't have to impress yourself. You don't need to have these like epiphanies and deep thoughts. Like, you just need to get out words on a page, whether it's silly or fun, whether it's sad, it doesn't matter. Just speak something out into the universe. The first thing I'm grateful for is my ability to move. I'm very thankful to be able to exercise, to go on long walks, to stretch. Number 2, I'm thankful for my family. Whether you have a big family or a small family, whether they're blood related or chosen family, they're there for you, and that's what counts. And number 3, I'm grateful for my dog. Oh, speaking of, bro, dude, she just opened my door. Make your gratitude list, do your journaling, reflect. Do you guys want to see the DVDs I just recently bought? I guess I'll just start with the best one. You guys aren't ready for this. One Direction Up All Night tour. $2, $2 freaking dollars. And also comes with this like sleeve that is really cute. And then I don't know if you guys remember this movie, Brother Bear. This is my favorite Disney cartoon movie. This movie just has so many good memories and it's genuinely an amazing story. They also have like behind the scenes and deleted scenes, so I'm very excited about that. Before I go to sleep, I do want to put a little bit of this leave-in hair cream. I usually put this on at night before I go to bed. If you guys are longtime followers, you know that I was blonde. And so that kind of like wrecked my hair, and it's definitely not as bad as it could be, but I do want to make sure I'm taking a lot of good care of it. I actually had some kind of allergic reaction recently, and I think it was because I was using like an old argan oil brand, but then I also switched my shampoo and conditioner, but like I truly don't know what it was. Now I'm just being really careful with like all of the products and chemicals that I use. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Make sure you follow my Instagram and my TikTok. I do vlogs on TikTok as well. I will see you guys next week, and I love you so much.